Live, the morning show from CBS Local 2.
And good morning. Today is Thursday, April 4th. I'm Tom Tucker.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer Daniels. Let's begin with a quick look at the top stories making headlines this morning.
It only takes being wrong once. And I don't want to be the Secretary of Defense who was wrong once.
North Korea is ramping up its threats against the United States and South Korea. The North says it is willing to use nuclear weapons and that, quote, the moment of explosion is approaching fast. The Pentagon has ordered a missile defense system to be moved to Guam to shoot down any missiles fired out of North Korea.
Closer to home, one hiker is safe, but another remains missing this morning after the pair got lost in Orange County on Easter Sunday. Police say 19-year-old Nicholas Sandoya was found late last night in the Cleveland National Forest. Rescuers say he was severely dehydrated and was taken to a nearby hospital. Search teams are still looking for the other hiker, 18-year-old Kendall Jack.
And people looking for some free medical help will want to head to the Indio Fairgrounds today. Volunteer healthcare professionals are holding a 3-day clinic for Coachella Valley residents. There'll be free health, dental, and eye exams, but they are on a first-come, first-served basis each day.
Carlene, looks like your satellite radar is showing a little activity over California. What does that mean for us today?
As we go into today, we do have a cold front that's moving through. Now, for the most part, it's right along the coast. Now, this will start to push a little bit further as we go into the afternoon hours. A few high clouds and a little hazy with that crescent moon outside right now. But then as things start to develop over the next couple of hours, we'll have most of the clouds pushing in. So right now, if you take a look, most of it just to the west of us, San Diego County, but we have mostly clear skies this morning. A little hazy to start off, but things will start to develop as we get into the afternoon hours, so to speak. So mostly sunny skies for today, and 93 degrees will be the high. Also above the norm once again, and some breezy winds, and that'll be daytime hours, but really gusty by tonight. So more details are coming up on that. Back to you two.
All right, thank you, Carlene. A driver's facing DUI charges this morning after crashing into a big rig in Coachella. It happened yesterday on the 86 Expressway near Avenue 50. Sheriff's deputies say the driver was using the shoulder of the road to get around traffic. Deputies say when the driver tried to get back onto the road, he apparently lost control and struck a big rig, causing his vehicle to roll over. Fortunately, no one was injured, and deputies arrested that driver.
Well, whether you like it or not, many companies collect and share your personal information to help them make money. And under current state law, you are not able to find out what they know or who they are sharing your information. But that could soon change. A proposed law known as the Right to Know Act would allow consumers to find out who has your personal data and how to get a copy of it.
I think it's a good idea that if it's your personal information and it's your opinions, I think you should be able to see it. Yes, you need to know where it's going.
If passed, the law would cover both online and offline businesses, but it would not stop companies from collecting your information.
Local Assemblyman Brian Estandi says he has a new and rather unique plan to help save the Salton Sea. He plans to introduce a bill that would raise money by selling license plates with student art of California's largest lake. Nestande says he will give more details on the bill later this week during a press conference in Palm Desert. Community members, Salton Sea advocates, and local elected officials say raising funds and awareness are key to saving the Salton Sea.
The name of a fallen CHP officer now graces the highway where he lost his life more than 2 decades ago. A section of Highway 74 just south of Vista Point was dedicated the Michael A. Brandt Memorial Highway yesterday. Brandt was an 8-year veteran of the Highway Patrol and died while chasing a drunk driver. The 34-year-old left behind his wife and twin daughters who were just 5 years old at the time.
It's just a great honor that they've put a sign up for others that didn't know him will, see the name, and we know that he was my husband, my children's father, and a CHP officer also, who sacrificed his life for others.
Brandt is one of 5 CHP officers stationed at the Indio office who have lost their lives in the line of duty.
Well, it is back to work this morning for a group of Marines from the Marine Base in 29 Palms who got a break from training for a day yesterday. Homeowners at the Heritage Palms in Indio treated those Marines to breakfast and a day of golf as part of the 6th Annual Marine Corps Day. 36 Marines paired up with members from the Heritage Palms Men's Golf Club. Now, those who participated say they were honored to be recognized.
It's been a great day so far, awesome company. It's just a fun time to just come out here and get a day off of work and have these guys invite us down here. It's been great.
Now this year, 6 wounded warriors participated in the annual Marine Corps Day, which organizers say was a first for the event. Great to see those Marines getting a little treat there.
Yeah, I'm glad they did it while the weather was nice and cooperating.
It was beautiful.
Well, a college basketball coach has stirred up a lot of controversy for the downright brutal way he treated his players.
Coming up this morning, local coaches, players, and parents react to that disturbing video showing Rutgers coach Mike Rice physically and verbally abusing his players.
Competition can spark a fire on any coach or athlete, but sometimes that fire can get out of control.
Well, that certainly appears to be the case with Rutgers head coach, basketball coach Mike Rice. Maybe by now you've seen this footage recently surfaced showing Rice shoving, kicking, and throwing basketballs at his players. And now this morning, Rice is out of a job.
CBS Local 2's Laura Yana spoke with coaches, players, and parents here in the desert to get their thoughts on this disturbing video.
I think there's a fine line, and the line is drawn when you put your hands on a player.
That line was crossed and caught on tape. Disturbing and unsportsmanlike, these clips went viral and got Rutgers University men's basketball coach Mike Rice fired. Showing the coach in practice hitting, kicking, and hurling basketballs at players' heads. At College of the Desert, Emily Underwood, captain of the women's basketball team, says Rice's actions put shame to the game.
It's kind of hurtful just because I feel like it disrespects the game that we all love and that we all cherish so much.
This is the coach. He's an authority figure. He has all the control, and they had none.
Rice issued an apology for the abuse.
I want to tell everybody who's believed in me that I'm deeply sorry.
A change in tone from the screaming obscenities, including homophobic slurs.
It's an example for all of us, and it's a bad example, and it's one in which we never want to be involved with.
Palm Desert High School men's basketball coach Don Brady admits emotions run wild on the court. But what's clearly seen in these recordings, he says, unacceptable at any level of play.
All of us deal with that, especially when you're in a highly competitive situation, and there's just lines you don't cross. You know, you never push a player. You never verbally abuse a player.
Rice was suspended for 3 games, forced to pay a $50,000 fine and to take anger management classes after the university's athletic director, Tim Pernetti, caught a glimpse of these video clips last year. Pernetti admitted Wednesday his mistake not firing Rice then.
There is no excuse for it. I was wrong.
Appalled by the bullying, some players and coaches say it's a reminder that this is only a game, that safety and fun come first.
When kids have joy playing the game, it's just an amazing feeling. And you want that to be the first and foremost thing that occurs at all times.
We can use it as an example, and I hope something like this never happens again.
Laura Yanez, CBS Local 2 News.
And of course, there are some who think that the Rutgers athletic director should be fired as well, and I tend to agree with them.
Yeah. Oh, you're going out there on the limb with
that.
that.
I'm going to share the opinion this morning.
Yeah.
More should be done.
Yeah, it truly was disturbing to see, and it's still disturbing to watch now.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I don't know though. Our weather, it's not too disturbing, but there is a disturbance moving our way, according to Carlene.
Zing, Jen, I love it. All right, taking a look at your air quality for today. Pretty good. No health hazards to worry about. Now we do have a disturbance that's going to sweep some clouds as we go into today. Also gusty winds into tonight and toasty temperatures for the week ahead. So more details are after the break. You're watching the CBS Local 2 Morning Show.
Well, Carlene, one word to describe our weather lately might be fantastic.
Yes, it's definitely a great word to describe our weather. Also, talking about the fantastic weather, more 90s are ahead, more sunshine as well. Just a few high clouds adding to the scenery for today. Current temperatures along the valley floor are in the 60s, so 68 degrees right now in Palm Springs, 61 in Thermal, so not too bad, and a little bit on the cooler side, only by 1 degree as we go into the high desert at 59. No current winds to talk about right now in Palm Springs, and fairly light throughout most of the desert. But the thing is, that will not be the case by tonight. So we do have a push of a system right now, just pushing some high clouds into Southern California. Now to the west of us, those clouds really starting to build up, so slight chance of a little bit of drizzle here and there. But for the most part, we're just going to actually have those clouds start to dissipate as we go into the afternoon hours. Still holding on to high pressure, but it will weaken for today. But that's not going to do too much to our temperatures because we'll still be in those 90s, and a week of 90s are ahead of us. So we have this area of low pressure in this cold front that will move through. For the most part, winds are what we have to really worry about for tonight as they pick up. So for the daytime hours, about 5 to 15 miles per hour. By tonight, 10 to 30 miles per hour. Gusts will be in the 20s, 30s, and even the 40s. So this will move through, pushing in a few high clouds, but it will really just stabilize our heat for today. Yesterday we hit a high of 93, much the same for today. So passing through, and then by tomorrow morning we have a clearing over the desert around 6 a.m. and that will keep going strong all the way into your Friday. So mostly clear skies by tomorrow. Holding on to the heat of the 90s for today, so 93 degrees in Palm Springs at 3 p.m., 90 in Desert Hot Springs, 94 in Cathedral City, and playing some golf in Rancho Mirage at 93 degrees for today. Now around 3 p.m. is when the winds will start to pick up into that 10 to 30 mile per hour range, and that will keep going all the way into the evening hours. Keep that in mind as well. So 95 degrees will be the high in Indio for today. Taking a look at your 7-day planning forecast, your weekend's always in view. 90s going strong all the way into the weekend, and then we'll have a cold front that was supposed to give us a slight chance of mountain snow. Yeah, no. Not anymore. As that just sweeps to the north, we'll have a slight chance of some cooler temperatures, and then relatively speaking, I guess, because 95 to 92, not too much of a difference, but we will take that as we go into next work week. 92 on Monday, 91 on Tuesday, 93 by Wednesday. Back to you two.
Carlene, I'm convinced that my son has you on his payroll. Garbage is every Friday morning, and the winds pick up every Thursday night. It just happens.
Clockwork.
And then he forgets to take the garbage out. All right, let's take a look now at the lowest gas prices we found here in the desert. $3.84 at the Vons on Palm Canyon and Matthew Drive in Palm Springs.
And you can always find the lowest gas price information around the valley on our website. You know what to do. Just log on to cbslocal2.com and click on the gas tracker.
In golf tournament play, it begins today at the Kraft Nabisco Championship in Rancho Mirage.
Coming up next in sports, Greg Lee has a preview of what we'll see out on the links, including a look at one player who could take the title.
Good morning, happy Thursday, sports fans. Greg Lee in for Spencer Linton. The opening round of the Kraft Nabisco Championship just about to get underway. The top female golfers in the world made their final tweaks at the Mission Hills Country Club yesterday. This, the first major of the year. Everyone wants to make that leap into Poppy's Pond come Sunday. One golfer who knows the feeling, Yanni Sen, the 24-year-old Taiwanese star, took the KNC by storm in 2010, winning by 1 stroke. She continued her dominance, later becoming the youngest player ever, male or female, to win 5 majors. Sen enjoyed the #1 spot in the world for 109 consecutive weeks from 2011 to 2013. Recently, though, bit of a slump for Sen. Just 3 weeks ago, lost the top spot to 2011 Kraft winner Stacey Lewis. And she has not won in more than a year, but she says she's enjoyed having the time off.
It's a lot of a relief for me, and I know I don't know, I just feel so relaxed now. Maybe beginning of this year, I already prepared this year. My goal is just have fun on the golf course, play like a child, play like who Yanni is.
Yanni is not the only one playing relaxed. 15-year-old Lydia Ko enters her first Kraft Nabisco Championship with nothing to lose. The amateur became the youngest player to win an LPGA Tour event, where she took top billing at the Canadian Open last year. Now the South Korean teenager who lives in New Zealand looks to become the youngest player to win an LPGA major a record currently held by Morgan Pressel, who was 18 in 2007 when she won, get this, the Kraft Nabisco Championship. She can get some tips from her playing partner, who she calls an idol, American Michelle Wie. She knows something about success at a young age. For Ko, it's all part of an amazing experience she's just trying to soak in.
You know, I never imagined how far I'd come, but yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying every moment of it, and I think this is the start, really. I can't say I've done a lot, so yeah, I mean, there are so many legends out here, so I'm very inspired.
Ko certainly earning the respect of some of those legends and the other women on tour, and finding some good mentors along the way.
She kind of remind myself that when I play my bass, I was like that. You know, she smiles on the golf course. She sings very enjoy, very chill out, and it's great to see so many younger generations coming out and try to beat all the best golfer in the world.
Yeah, I never knew how nice and what a great player she was until then. I knew she was very, very good, but playing with her, it gave me another feel to what a great player she is.
Those two certainly something to watch. How about some baseball? Desert Christian Academy repping the Valley in the Anaheim Lions Club Easter Baseball Tournament. Conquerors topped a very good Villa Park team in the championship game 5-4. DCA takes first place in a crowd of 76 teams. Senior Morgan Ehrman named MVP of the tournament. Big congrats to the Conquerors. That's it for sports. Stay with us. You're watching CBS Local 2 News.
All right, let's take a look at today's Desert Deal of the Day. If you have a party coming up, you'll like this. Today's deal is half off an event credit for Love at First Bite Catering in Palm Springs. Normally $300, you can get it for $150.
Get this deal. Go to desertrealdeals.com, buy the coupon, print it out, and take it with you.
Well, a mountain lion roaming the streets of a neighborhood in one California city has plenty of reason to call police, and that's what happened on Tuesday in San Joaquin County.
The sheriff's department responded and prepared for a game of cat and mouse, but there was just one problem, a big fat problem. The cougar turned out to be a 25-pound feral cat named Manface.
Yeah, deputies called off their search, and it's probably safe to say the person who called reporting a mountain lion is plenty embarrassed, but again, it's a big 25-pound cat nicknamed Manface.
That's not him,
though.
No,
that's not the cat. That's the mountain lion.
Okay, all right. Well, it's official. Jay Leno says he will be leaving NBC's Tonight Show next spring, and Jimmy Fallon will take over.
Leno announced the change in command yesterday. It will take effect February 2014. NBC also confirms that the show will be moving from Los Angeles to New York City when Fallon takes over.
But NBC has not said who will replace Fallon in his current time slot, which is 1 hour later than The Tonight Show.
Change is the one constant in show business, right?
Indeed.
All right, music lovers have reason to celebrate this morning.
Coming up, details on a deal to keep the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival here in the Valley for a long, long time. This and another look at your top stories are straight ahead.
Live, the morning show from CBS Local 2.
It is 1:30 on this Thursday. Good morning, I'm Jennifer Daniels.
And I'm Tom Tucker. Great to have you with us. Time now for another look at your top news this morning. North Korea says it is willing to use nuclear weapons against the United States and South Korea.
This latest in a series of increasing threats from the communist country also came with a warning that, quote, the moment of explosion is approaching fast.
Susan McGinnis takes a look at this morning at how U.S. leaders are reacting.
North Korea says it has given its military the go-ahead to attack the United States with nuclear weapons.
Some of the actions they've taken over the last few weeks present a real and clear danger.
South Korea's defense minister says North Korea has moved a missile with what he calls considerable range to its east coast. But he also says we are ready to respond if the North launches a missile. We are closely monitoring the situation. The missile is reportedly not capable of striking the U.S. mainland. But Stephen Choi of the National Association of Korean Americans says he's worried for those back home.
Every time that North Korea said that they will do something, they have done something. They never bluffed and walked away.
One indication Washington is taking these threats seriously. The Pentagon has ordered a missile defense system to be moved to Guam to shoot down ballistic missiles fired out of North Korea.
It only takes being wrong once. And I don't want to be the Secretary of Defense who was wrong once. So we will continue to take these threats seriously.
And for a second day, North Korea is blocking access to the Kaesong Industrial Park, jointly operated by North and South Korea, and is now threatening to shut it down completely. Some South Korean workers have been allowed home, but hundreds more remain on the other side of the border. Susan McGinnis, CBS News, Washington.
A little cloud coverage, a little mugginess in the air. What's going on?
Yeah, we got those clouds rolling in. But as we go into today, we're going to have mostly sunny skies, so we're adding some sunshine to that in the afternoon hours. As we go into today, keep in mind that thing is we have a storm system moving through. It will weaken high pressure, but yeah, we're still in those 90s as we go into the next couple of days. So we have the clouds moving in right now, and that will continue throughout today. Mostly sunny skies as we go into your afternoon hours. So plenty of sunshine mixed in with those high clouds. At 9 a.m., 75 degrees. Then by noon, 87 degrees, 3 p.m. reaching a high of 93. We're supposed to be 10 degrees below that for right now, but that's not going to happen because high pressure will keep a strong hold over the west, and then with this low pressure system moving through, only a few clouds added. But the thing is, the winds will pick up. So breezy in the afternoon hours and then turning gusty by tonight. Also keep in mind, dew points just right if you want to use your evaporative coolers in the upper 20s. Your 7-day planning forecast is coming up quickly.
Thanks, Carlene. One hiker is safe, but another remains missing this morning after the pair got lost in Orange County on Easter. Police say 19-year-old Nicholas Sendoya was found late last night in the Cleveland National Forest. Rescuers say he was severely dehydrated and was taken to a nearby hospital. Search teams are still looking for the other hiker, 18-year-old Kendall Jack. Jack and Sedoya were last heard from Sunday when they called for help on a cell phone. There's no word on how they became separated.
Well, if you'd like to get some free medical attention, you'd like to, or rather you should stop by the Indio Fairgrounds over the next few days. That's where volunteer healthcare professionals are holding a 4-day clinic for Coachella Valley residents. It begins at 5:30 each morning, and people can begin lining up as early as 3 o'clock in the morning. There will be free exams, including health, dental, and eye exams, but those are on a first-come, first-served basis each day. Now, up to 800 people are expected to attend each day, so you will want to show up early if you plan to attend. The free clinic runs through Sunday at the Indio Fairgrounds.
A new deal is reached to keep Coachella Fest in the city of Indio for many years to come.
CBS Local 2's Samantha Cortese joins us in studio this morning to tell us more about the deal between the city of Indio and concert promoter Golden Voice. Certainly good news for the local economy, Sam.
Yeah, City of Festivals for sure. The Indio City Council approved a deal with Coachella Fest and stagecoach promoter Golden Voice for the next 17 years. That's until 2030. The council voted 5-0 to approve Golden Voice's environmental impact report for those festivals. That includes some expansion and the possible addition of 2 new festivals in the fall. This year, Coachella Fest is April 12th through the 14th, and then the following weekend as well. Stagecoach runs from April 26th through the 29th, but if you were one of the local music fans trying to score some last-minute passes to the festivals, you will have to wait. Originally, sales for locals were scheduled to begin yesterday at the box office at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden. Now that's on hold until Monday because of the Indian Wells Arts Festival. They actually, when people showed up, they got a little pink slip saying, oh, sorry, we forgot Indian Wells Arts Festival's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
At the gardens, and that's why they have to wait for those tickets to go on sale at the garden later on.
Exactly.
Right. Pink slips, never good.
Never good, yeah.
No.
But yeah, it is good that you will get your chance next week. If you're a local, of course, bring your ID. You have to show proof of residency within the Coachella Valley zip code limits.
You gonna go get some tickets?
You know, if I don't score them some other way, I might have to go to the Indian Wells Tennis Garden.
Okay. All right. Some other way.
Yes.
Media connections, right? Thanks, Sam. Okay. All right, CBS Local 2 is teaming up with Fine Food Bank to shine the light on hunger around the Coachella Valley.
Still ahead, how one agency is making a big difference helping those who don't have enough to eat. Welcome back. Not having enough to eat is a very real and serious problem for thousands of people living across the valley. But one city hit especially hard is Desert Hot Springs.
As part of our focus on Hunger Action Month, I took an inside look at a food distribution center in the city that is making a big difference. 3 times a week, they gather at Food Now, a food distribution center in Desert Hot Springs. 550 families coming in to pick up food. For 3 years, David Vasquez has been receiving food for his family, including his 3 grandchildren.
I bless the food when we eat it. I thank, Food Bank for giving us this food. It means a lot to me.
The demand at Food Now has been surging in recent years. 5 years ago, they distributed 30,000 pounds of food a month. Now they're giving away 60,000 pounds of food monthly, with most of it coming from the Find Food Bank in Indio.
Every day, the people that come through these doors searching for nothing more than hunger relief, it's an incredible relief to be able to help them.
Taking a look at the food given away, you'll see lots of fruits and vegetables. In fact, in recent years, Food Now has made a concerted effort to give out more fresh produce. It makes up 60% of the food given away. And they've stopped giving out sweets. The facilities here at Food Now include this large walk-in cooler where inside you'll find lots of fresh produce waiting for distribution. We've got stacks of fresh, green, crisp broccoli along with these stacks of red seedless grapes all ready to be handed out. The increased focus on fresh food is part of an effort aimed at reducing childhood obesity in the community, which now stands at 70%, according to Food Now Director Dave Johnson, much higher than the national average of 50%. Johnson seems to truly enjoy helping those in need.
There's a huge problem with hunger in America, and I guarantee you, if you really looked at it, your friends, your neighbors, your aunts, your uncles, everybody around you, you'd be surprised how many people come to the food banks in search of hunger relief.
Johnson says Food Now relies heavily on its 25 volunteers who faithfully come in, sometimes daily, to help sort, pack, and hand out the food. Marge Dennis serves as the volunteer coordinator, and she's been on the job for 6 years.
My heart is just overflowing with what we can do in this community to help so many that are in need.
Food Now's director says over the course of a year, nearly 20% of people living in Desert Hot Springs and the surrounding area will come to the center at least once seeking food assistance. David Vasquez is thankful for Food Now and encourages others to support the agency's mission.
I think it's important, because, it shows that there's people who still care in this country, in the United States.
In Desert Hot Springs, Tom Tucker, CBS Local 2 News. Now, if you'd like to help the food insecure, not only in Desert Hot Springs, but across the valley, be sure to tune in to CBS Local 2 this Friday night for the Find Food Bank Telethon.
Now, it begins at 5 o'clock and continues through our 11 p.m. newscast, so be sure to call in and help make a difference.
Doing some great work there at Food Now.
I'd love to hear it.
Good to see those people getting helped. All right, let's check in now with Carlene to see what's happening weather-wise. Good morning, Carlene.
Good morning. Temperatures right now on the cool side to start throughout the nation. 29 degrees in Chicago, 43 in Dallas. A little bit closer to home, we're hitting a current temperature of 68 degrees. Another warm day is in the works. Some more details are after the break. You're watching the CBS Local 2 Morning Show.
Carlene, I have one foot in the door of the weekend. I want to know, it is Thursday. What else?
You can talk about the weekend already. It's okay.
We're ready to go. What can we expect?
Really? Can I be honest? You always have one foot into the weekend on Monday.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, a lot of us are like that right now. Well, the weekend right around the corner. And as we go into the weekend, we're still holding on to some fairly warm temperatures. A little bit less cloud cover by tomorrow, though. So starting off this morning, we had the high clouds streaming in from an area of low pressure storm system just to the west of us. Now, the only thing is it's not really going to break down high pressure too much because we will continue to have the sunshine as well as 90s. So along the valley floor right now, we have those high clouds. And also, they're being fueled by this area of low pressure and this cold front right off the coast. High pressure will start to weaken as we get into the afternoon hours. Now with that, the only thing is this will really pick up the winds and we'll have those high clouds, but stabilizing our heat. Yesterday we hit a high of 93 degrees, and that is actually pretty typical for, actually not typical for this time of the year, and that high pressure system will continue to kind of keep the heat in the desert as we go into the next couple of days. Now, taking a look at what you can expect, those high clouds will continue to stream in, and so as that happens, we'll have a little bit of a break as we go into tomorrow. So we'll continue to see those clouds developing as we go into the afternoon hours for today. Also, wind conditions will be picking up, so hitting the 20s and the teens as we go into this evening. 23 miles per hour in Desert Hot Springs and Palm Springs at 22, 18 in Palm Desert, also hitting those teens in the high desert this evening. But the thing is, winds will calm down as we go into the morning hours. Then once again, next couple evenings, that's when they'll continue to pick up, hitting the 20s. So 24 miles per hour, Palm Springs, 25 Desert Hot Springs, teens in the high desert, and then 14 in Palm Desert as we go into tomorrow evening. Taking a look at what you can expect for daytime highs, 3 p.m., 93 degrees will be the high for today, 94 in Cathedral City, 90 in Desert Hot Springs. So those highs still pretty toasty out there, 95 degrees in Indio. Going into our evening hours, partly cloudy skies for tonight, those winds picking up this afternoon around 4 p.m. and then continuing all the way into the evening. So winds shifting out to the northwest about 10 to 30 miles per hour, gusts in the 20s, even up to the 40s. So also keep in mind most of those temperatures will be in the 70s for tonight. Taking a look at your 7-day planning forecast, your weekend is always in view. 93 today, 90 by tomorrow. So on the backside of that area of low pressure, only a slight cooling, 90s for the weekend. And did I say 90s? Yeah, they're going to stick around throughout most of the week. Back to you two.
Okay, thanks, Carlene. Time now for birthdays. Let's go ahead and take a look. How about Lolly Crawford of La Quinta celebrating her 48th birthday today? Hope it is a terrific one, Lolly.
Happy birthday, Lolly. And Roman Parada of Yucca Valley, he turns 90 today. Congratulations, happy birthday. He's a veteran of World War II and the Korean War. Thank you for your service and happy birthday.
Thanks indeed. And remember to send pictures with your names, ages, and the city where you live to birthday@cbslocal2.com, and then we'll help you celebrate. You can do it for a loved one as well.
That's right, and we give away a cake, and we'll be doing that tomorrow morning. That comes from Mirage Inn, a delicious, yummy cake, so be watching to win.
Yeah, we do it every Friday as well, give away those cakes. All right, the two tech giants, each with their own big announcements.
Coming up, a preview of the new tech toys that Apple and Facebook could unveil later today. Asian stocks were mixed after the Bank of Japan announced a new monetary expansion campaign. Tokyo's Nikkei gained more than 2%. South Korea's Kospi lost more than 1%, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng was closed. The U.S. economy appears to have hit a soft patch. New reports that jobs numbers fell short of expectations sent investors running on Wall Street. The Dow plunged 111 points, its worst day in more than a month. The Nasdaq fell 36 points. Home prices are a bright spot in the economy. They jumped 10% nationally in February compared with last year. That is the largest amount in 7 years. Prices rose in 47 of 50 states. Only Delaware, Alabama, and Illinois reported declines. A big announcement from Facebook. The social network is expected to introduce a moderately priced smartphone today. Of course, it will encourage users to use Facebook. Analysts expect the ads on the phone to help the company bring in nearly $1 billion a year. And the secret of Apple's long-rumored TV may have been uncovered. Industry analyst Brian White says he pieced together information after visiting some companies in Asia. He claims the iTV will have a 60-inch screen and will be controlled by an iRing instead of a remote. White says it will cost around $2,000 and be on sale at the end of the year. That's your Money Watch. For more, stay with CBSMoneyWatch.com. In New York, I'm Ashley Morrison. Time again for your desert deal of the day, and today it's half off an event credit for Love at First Bite Catering. That's in Palm Springs. A $300 value for $150.
Perfect for a party or special event. To get the deal, go to desertrealdeals.com, buy the coupon, print it out, and take it with you. Your top headlines are just minutes away, but first a look at what is coming up on CBS This Morning. All right, time now for another look at your top headlines this morning. People looking for some free medical help will want to head to the Indio Fairgrounds over the next few days. That's where volunteer healthcare professionals are holding a 4-day clinic for Valley residents. It begins at 5:30 each morning, and there will be free exams, health, dental, and eye exams, but they're on a first-come, first-served basis. The clinic runs through Sunday at the Indio Fairgrounds.
Local Assemblyman Brian Estande says he has a new and rather unique plan to help save the Salton Sea. He plans to introduce a bill that would raise money by selling license plates with student art of California's largest lake. Estande says he will give more details on the bill later this week at a press conference in Palm Desert.
And it's official. Jay Leno says he will be leaving NBC's Tonight Show next spring and Jimmy Fallon will take over. Leno announced the change in command yesterday. NBC also confirms that the show will be moving from Los Angeles to New York City when Fallon takes over in February 2014. So sad to see all the turmoil at the Peacock Network. Isn't that terrible?
I think it's great.
You know I'm being a little facetious.
Yes, let's take a look at your 7-day planning forecast. Your weekend is right around the corner. Jen has one foot in it.
Right there.
Soaking in. And as we go into your weekend forecast, 90s today, also this weekend, all the way into next week. Mostly sunny skies, high winds by tonight.
The wind's stirring things up.
Yes, they are. Overnight lows, though, looking great in the 60s.
We'll take them. We'll take those overnight lows. Well, all right. Well, that is it for now. More news is coming your way after this.